Hey guys, and welcome to the Hobby News. Alright, so another week of fun-filled hobby madness, right? We've got a whole lot of stuff coming. It's looking pretty cool, and something very cool in front of us, so let's get into it. Meet the powerful Kruleboyz shaman who's best mates with Kragnos, or so he claims. So yeah, the Kruleboyz are starting to get another little hit of juicy new models, and this guy looks pretty awesome. The Kruleboyz earn status and power by ruthlessly murdering whoever's above them in the pecking order. The constant threat of assassination means that killer bosses and swamp caller shamans who make it to the top must be exceptional individuals indeed. Yeah, so we've got like a whole, theme running for these, and this guy's no exception. It's looking pretty cool. Atop all of those rare characters sits the most cunning and devious of them all, Gobsprakk, I don't know, the mouth of Gork, so named for his ability to speak any language, conveniently including Kragnos' long dead tongue. So yeah, it's a cool idea, an interesting design choice to go with a vulture. It's a cool thing. It looks pretty cool. As we'll read on, they're making this thing out to be really strong and tough. I mean, it's a vulture. I don't know, I think it's the wrong animal for what they've chosen, but hey, look, it's orcs and goblins, right? So they can do whatever they like. But it's a fun model, really cool. I can see a lot of conversion possibilities here. There's a ton of things that are great about this model, and by the looks of it, as we are entering a very hero hammer, god hammer kind of meta for this current year. Every faction needs some kind of centerpiece that's decent, and of course. Orcs have their centerpiece models and so on, but this faction definitely needs one. It looks like they've got it, and so we have this like high-powered wizard on his vulture that apparently is super strong and can rip ogres apart apparently. So we'll read on and have a look, but overall I think it's a really cool piece, and we have a little interesting detail up here which we'll read about in a second, but they really are putting this guy up to be like something special, but we'll see. I guess we'll see how it all plays out once the rules come out for him, and see if he is actually holding up to the idea. So let's take a look. We've seen many monstrous things emerge from the swamps of Gur, but they all fall under the shadow of Gobsprakk and his vast corpse ripper vulture Killerbeak. He's an important new shaman in the era of the beasts, and this prophet is possibly the most powerful Kruleboyz Uruk in the mortal realms. Before we learn why let's take a moment to admire. The miniature. Yep, cool. So yeah, awesome stuff. I love the idea of it. It's a very nice choice of colors. I love the black and the red. A lot of the newer models that we're seeing for these guys are starting to look more orky, which is great. So there's more of that quirkiness, more of that, orky flavor that, you expect from a Warhammer orc. And I think that's good. Like having them all just be sort of serious Peter Jackson orcs, I think is like a misstep considering they're in the same book as the other Uruks are, the war clans and so on. So having them fit in a bit better is a good idea. And so I like that there's a bit more humor going on, a little bit more quirkiness. Overall it just makes them feel better. So you can get that paint scheme similar, you can get the overall look and feel, and mix up the different units and have them feel like you're playing orcs in Warhammer. And this guy definitely follows that. Like he's way less Peter Jackson orientated and way more Warhammer. This is definitely Warhammer. Apart from a few little small elements, this is all Warhammer, which is nice. I definitely prefer that myself. I think that's where you want it to sit and keep that other design style for Lord of the Rings, because I feel like this type of wackiness is why people play orcs generally, like why you're attracted to them, right? All those vibrant colors and all the strange wacky stuff that they get. It's a real fun part of Warhammer, and I'd hate them to lose that. That'd be a real shame. So let's take a look. The Corpse Ripper Vulture is one of the most terrifying monsters we've seen yet in the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. The creature's grouchy nature means only the most strong-willed of Kruleboyz could hope to get close enough to capture it, which is reflected in the vulture's deadly combat power. So he's going to have good stats, I guess. On the battlefield, Killerbeak tears through enemy ranks with beak and claw, while the mouth of Mork wreaks arcane destruction. So great is Gobsprakk's magical might that the crouchy shaman has bested many sorcerers in the past, including a great Lord of Change. Now, I don't know how accurate that is, but apparently he has, and he's got the hand of the great of the Lord of Change on top, which is pretty insane. Look closely, and you can see the demon's hand atop Gobsprakk's staff. It's bound to the material plane by the shaman's iron-willed desire to show it off. So they're really propping this card to be something special. Let's hope the rules match what they're saying here, because that's a tall order for a little gobbo to take down a Lord of Change. That's pretty insane. So they're going to have to do, when they redo the Zinch book, they're going to have to put in a character without a hand, right? You definitely got to have a character without a hand. There's got to be some named unique character that's one-handed, just to lay in the rub, But we'll see. We'll see if Games Workshop's willing to go that far on this joke. But if I was in the design team, I would definitely do that. It's really, really cool. We have a look at the details here. Look, they've got the little gobbo in the back. All the little details, look, little hanging eyes, great little sculpts. I really like this a lot because it's fitting way more into the overall feel of orcs, and that's a good thing, right? You want to tie it in, I think, a lot more into that Warhammer world and less of the Peter Jackson stuff. No, even though it's cool, it's very cool, but what I found a lot with these guys is that the bright coloured, the singular design piece of that shield with the normal boys tends to be at odds with the design of the rest of them. And it's an interesting one. I'm going to be painting some of these, so on my channel you'll probably see some painting tutorials for them. But at the moment I'm devising a way to tie that more together and bring the feel of that shield more in line with the model. So it's kind of like less Warhammery and more in the same way. I don't know, but it's an interesting one because I've seen tons of people do paint schemes of these now, and I still feel like the shield doesn't exactly match the model very well. It's designed to be like that, I guess, but I don't know. It's an interesting one, but I'm still thinking about it, trying to feel how I want to go about bringing that together. But you'll see that on the channel eventually. Anyway, I'm waffling on, so let's continue. Thanks to his experience hunting down powerful wizards for his trophy rack, he's certainly given Yendrastra some competition for the collection. Gobsprakk has developed a particular knack for of countering the enemy's magics. Okay, so he's basically got a way to, I guess, counter magic, and we have it here. So Mork says no. Each time this unit unbinds a spell, the caster suffers D3 mortal wounds. It's pretty nice. If the spell was unbound with an unbinding roll of 10 plus, the caster suffers D6 mortal wounds instead. Yes, that's that's not bad. I think the D3 is a little more. Is that? Let me think about that. No, I guess that's kind of the same thing, I guess, but you've got the chance to spike it a little higher, I guess. So that's nice. It'd be nice if this was minimum 1 or something, minimum 2 damage or something like that, D6. So, something like that, like minimum damage 2 or something, just so that you're guaranteed a slightly nicer result, since you are rolling such a high value here to get. I think that would be a bit nicer for this, so that then you get a real reward for actually getting that. You get a nice guaranteed at least two mortal wounds, plus whatever else you can spike off of that, rather than just 1. Otherwise, that makes this 10 plus roll kind of meh, you know what I mean? So that would be nice, but I don't know, maybe there's other ways to buff this, or other ways to buff him to make this better. Maybe you could get an extra dice to do the unbinding or whatever. That'd be kind of cool. But overall, I guess that's what this guy's going to be. A strong magical piece to counter magic in the game, and if the mount is strong enough, then his overall stat profile should be decent, and you're definitely going to need it, because that, otherwise they're just not going to be able to compete with what's out there at the moment. It's just full of god heroes that are just unkillable if you're playing slightly more competitively. If you're playing casually, it's here or there, but if you're definitely playing in a group that's more competitive, whether it be casual or in tournaments, you're seeing a lot of really strong characters controlling those games and dictating how it's played, which is interesting. That's an interesting kind of play style, I guess. I hope it doesn't last forever. It's a nice thing to do for a while, but I would imagine this game would get pretty boring if that's all it is for the coming years. But as far as they've said, it's a yearly thing, or they're changing it up each year. So hopefully it won't be just Godhammer into the years to come, and they'll mix it up. But for the moment, that's what it is. So yeah, this guy will be no different, I guess. Among the many more given powers exhibited by Gobsprakk, one of the strangest is his ability to speak and understand any language. Okay, so they're just talking about his background, his lore. That's great. For those whose ears are not open to the whisperings of mouth of Mork, this incredible new kid also makes a killer boss on Corpse Ripper Vulture. The perfect combination of strength and cunning to lead your boys into battle. Yeah, so you've got like a variant, which is actually really cool. I like the big horns on him, This is actually a really nice variant. I find that to be pretty pleasing to look at. It's a solid orky model, and it's again tying in a little more of that orc flavor and Warhammer style overall into it, and I think that's important. I think that helps bring it all together, and especially with the other monsters that also have that feeling too. It's starting to feel more like Warhammer, and I think that's a really positive thing. So overall, this is pretty cool. Let's see if it says anything about when it's going to be released. Want to find out who the Mouth of Mork will be leading on Kragnos Warpath? Cast your eyes back to the preview to look at more of the grotesque beast. Yep, lurching from the swamps. If we were the Stormcast Eternals, we'd be hoping to hear about something strong enough to take down Gobsprakk right about now. Perhaps they'll find just the thing next week. Okay, so they're not going to tell you when these are. I guess they're going to be released after the book, so sometime in August. But looks like Stormcast are going to get their own little centerpiece, because the Injustice is good, but she's not really like a large god monster, mounted hero kind of a deal. She's just an individual model, like, a smaller piece. She's got really nice rules, but isn't quite on that god tier level as some of the other characters. So it'll be interesting whether they do actually give a new sort of strong, god tier character for Stormcast. I kind of feel that's probably necessary considering the way the game's going, and if they want them to be the Space Marines of the meta, then they're going to have a lot of efficiency and a lot of strong pieces to be able to counter what's going on. So we'll wait and see. I'm doing that army as well, so if you see my channel, I've got tons of videos on how to paint a custom color scheme using like a glazed colored brass with silver highlights. It's pretty cool. If you like a variant color scheme, that's a really nice one to try. Super fun and relaxing. So yeah, check that out if you like it. But otherwise, hope you've enjoyed this. Please hit that like button, subscribe button. It really helps me out. And I guess I'll catch you on the next one.